Welcome to Quatrini Rafferty. I'm Vince Quatrini. I want to invite you to listen in on a typical case management meeting among our workers' compensation attorneys. You'll hear me ask some questions, even though I know the answers. We wanted to give you a flavor of the process we go through when we represent an injured client. Listen in. We wanted to meet on Ned's case this morning. Ned's 28 and he hurt his back working at a local restaurant. He was a line cook and had back surgery, had a fusion done. So they're paying him his workers' comp benefits right now, but we wanted to make sure that we maximized his income. Michael, have we applied him for Social Security disability yet?
Yeah, we did. We applied him approximately a year ago, and he's up for a hearing soon. We tried to petition the judge to just approve him without a hearing, but the judge wants to take his testimony. Despite the fact that he's young, I think him being off of work and him being so distracted due to all the doctors he's seeing, all the medication he's taking, that's the angle I'm taking on the case.
Is he having problems focusing and remembering things because of his medications?
He is. I mean, when you're on that level of medication, you're going to have trouble sitting down and focusing on one given task for a long period of time. The standards in Social Security are that you're going to have to be on task a certain percentage, whether it's skilled or even unskilled work. I think that's really where the strength of his case lies.
Now, is there still a chance that the judge will approve him even though the judge denied your request? Is there a chance they'll still approve him after the hearing?
Yes, and in most cases, the large majority always go to a hearing. It's just something we try to do if we feel the opportunity is there and we have the medical support to ask for that. There's also a chance, because he's young, that the judge is going to feel he could have been working during that. So that's something else we have to worry about. So I don't know what you have suggestions for that.
If the Social Security doesn't work out, do you have any plans for him as far as maybe OVR or score at one of the colleges?
Pete, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think that judges, in especially Western Pennsylvania, feel that workers' compensation is for workers. And they like to see that workers are moving on with their lives and have some plans for the future. I think OVR is a fantastic program that's run by the state.
What does that mean, OVR?
It's the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, and it's a state program that can help injured workers get re-educated and perhaps even find even higher paying jobs that they had before they were injured.
Well, I know we've sent a number of people there in the past. What about the opportunity for him to perhaps go to the community college since he's young? Do they have programs for retraining, something that might fit a boy like this?
Yeah, typically the community colleges do have several programs. There's a small business administration program. There's SCORE, which is either at the community college or at one of the colleges in the area. So there's several different programs at different universities or colleges that they could look into to possibly either get additional training or to start their own business.
It actually might be nice that some of the local programs have online classes. So even if they're not able to go to the full-time in-class curriculum, they might be able to take a few classes at the school and a few classes at home where they're comfortable, which might actually be able to get them to be a full-time student.
Well, that's why having the kind of meeting we usually do is important, so that we can talk about all the possibilities for Ned getting started over again, and or if he can't, getting him his Social Security disability benefits. Now, I know that with taking all this medication and being off of work this long, it affects a lot of our clients emotionally. Are there any other resources we ought to suggest to him medically, Pete?
I think that there are several good therapists in the area that have a lot of experience in dealing with people who are on chronic pain. I think that they talk about how not only is being off of work, but sometimes just being in chronic pain can cause some chemical issues. So it's a physiological reason why some people feel down after sustaining an injury and being out for so long.
I know that our local mental health association has support groups for individuals that are depressed and are having trouble adjusting. We give this pamphlet to our clients so that they can find the different locations where they might get help. One of the obvious problems for our clients is they can't afford to go get the help they need a lot of time. In the insurance companies, are they willing to typically pay for psychological care or not?
Well, if that's not part of the originally accepted injury, they're not willing to voluntarily pay for it. A lot of times we have to file a petition in order to have the insurance company pay for that type of treatment.
So they might accept the fact that he hurt his low back, they'll pay those bills, but if he has to see a therapist for his depression, they typically won't pay those bills.
Most of the time they will not pay those bills. We have to get the therapist to write a report indicating that the problem is related to the injury, and then have a workers' compensation judge issue an order saying that the insurance company has to pay for that treatment.
Well, are we at a point yet where we ought to be talking to Ned about whether we could pursue a lump sum payment for him so that he could move on, or is that a little premature at this point?
I'm not sure. I think we should wait till after the Social Security decision comes in.
Why do you think, why the Social Security decision? You concerned about another source of income for him?
Yes, and I never like to have that conversation until there's some foundation in his life that he can rely on.
Mm-hmm.
If he's granted benefits, it's going to provide him that income, whereas the lump sum might be able to supplement that at times. You know, the idea is that he's not going to be like this forever. It'd be nice to see him get back to school in some capacity, but while he's doing that, while he's working himself back towards full-time work, if he can get there, this is going to provide a nice comfort for him. But I think we should wait to see if those benefits are going to be around.
I think it's also important to see that he's medically stable and that he will not need a lot of treatment, because most of the time the insurance companies want to settle the whole case, the wage loss and the medicals. And to leave someone high and dry with a lot of medical bills in the future just is not in their best interest.
Well, and that's always been our policy, is to give our clients as much peace of mind as we can when they're done with their case and they've moved on with their life. And okay, well, let's periodically we'll get back and meet on Ned's case and see if there's been any developments that we can offer him any other advice. You'll be seeing him next week, Michael?
Oh, well.
And you'll tell him that we got together and these are the things that we think are important for him
Sure.
right now?
Yes.